All right, and we are live on Facebook. All right, everyone, come on in, come on in. I always say come on in, like we're in an actual room or something, but we want y'all to come on in. I am elated, excited, all the emotions I could possibly feel to just be back on our Girl You Can Do It 2 series. And I have the awesome pleasure of having my awesome, amazing, fantabulous friend, Ashlie Brewer.
Thank you, Shekinah. Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. Of course, like y'all need to share this video, share this live right now, because the stuff we're about to be talking about is awesome. Ashlie is just one of the bestest people that I know.
Oh,
every time we get around Ashlie, it's laughs, it's fun, it's silliness, getting wild, crazy, good stuff though. It's like good, wholesome fun. And we could just be silly together, but serious sometimes too. Like it's a blend. It's a good blend. It's a good blend. But I'm just so happy that you said yes.
Of course. I can't say no to you, Shekinah. Just know that. It's fine.
You're a treat. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to read Ashlie's bio real quick. And so she is a Georgia native who received her Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science from Kennesaw State University in 2015. You're the second person that went to Kennesaw. Woo, woo.
Oh, yeah, it was Sarah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Ashlie graduated from Gannon University's Doctorate of Physical Therapy program in May 2021. Her initial interest into physical therapy stemmed from her performing arts background, which I know we're going to talk about a little bit. And she began training in classical ballet at the age of 3 and continued in her high school years, incorporating point work, modern, and jazz. And so as a new clinician, she has a diverse area of interest, including orthopedics, neurology, pelvic health, and lymphatics. And in her downtime, honey, she enjoys traveling, going to the beach, and kayaking. So we can talk about that, because I'm sure you have to do certain things to like relieve stress. But Ashlie, it's such an honor to have you here with us. Y'all give a hand clap for Ashlie. Okay, so let's just start. Can you just talk us through your journey? So like, how did you decide like this is what I want to do? Or you didn't know it all and you just kind of just let it fly? Like, how did that happen?
So ultimately, like you said, I did dance growing up. So I did a lot of ballet. So that's been that was my main interest growing up. And you know that.
Yeah, she's a phenomenal like ballet dancer, but yeah, go ahead.
Not anymore. Don't really do it as much, but thank you. So growing up, I did ballet. So I was always really interested in that and just being in the arts world. And ultimately, like when I was in high school, I wanted to kind of follow along with my mom because she did nursing. I was like, oh, I'll be like my mom and work in healthcare. So when I got to college and everything, I was pre-nursing, and I realized that I was like, oh, can you work with performing artists or dancers? Because I've saw Cirque du Soleil shows in the past, and I was like, oh, that'd be really cool to work with areas like that. And I actually went on to, I kind of had like a little bit of an identity crisis, like freshman, sophomore year. And after sophomore year, I really wanted to work with Cirque du Soleil at the time. So I was like, how can I work with Cirque du Soleil? So I literally went on their website. I looked at their healthcare jobs, and it was only ATs and PTs. So athletic trainers and physical therapists. And I saw that nursing wasn't an option. So I was just like, well, which one would I prefer more, athletic trainer or physical therapist? And the next day I realized, like, what are the stepping stones to be a physical therapist? And I saw that exercise science was the way to get there. So I literally switched my major the next day. Wow. And that's it.
That is awesome. Like how important do you feel like it is to like integrate your passion with like your career in a sense? Because that sounds like there was a blending that was happening. Like you knew you wanted to do both of those things. So how did you like think about that? Like, did you see yourself wanting to integrate your passion and career and all into one?
Not Not at first, not necessarily. I just saw it. I was like, oh, these two things kind of
Yeah.
connect together and that'll be fun to do. So why not try it? It wasn't like, I have to do this. This is my goal. This is my passion. I was like, let's just see where the road takes us. And it led me to my doctorate that I have now.
Ooh, ooh. And I think that's so amazing. Like, because to me, what it sounds like is like you stayed open.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just remained open and you just like, I'm just gonna let it go with the flow. Cause I know some people like we do have a plan and we want things to go our way, but sometimes our plan like constricts us. And so
Yes.
it doesn't allow us to be open to like other opportunities that might be like, whoa, that's kind of interesting. I would have never thought that
Mm-hmm.
that would be something that I would want to do, but like here you are, like, and you did it.
Exactly. And no, I totally agree with you. Like when people say, oh, I have a 5-year plan or 10-year plan, and this is
Mhm.
X, Y, and Z that I have to do to get to that point. I'm
Mhm.
never like that. I'm like, I have an idea of what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like when people do those 5, 10-year plans with like nothing else, they have those
Mhm.
blinders on. And for some people, that's great. But for me, I feel like I'm missing potential other opportunities or steps that could um maybe maybe give me a shortcut or just give me extra information that will help me at the end result, you know.
Yeah. Because sometimes like our end result is not where we're supposed to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like having those blinders on, yeah, it's good to be disciplined and focused, but like you said, like being open to the opportunities that are around you can kind of probably get you to a place that's even better or like
Yes.
really where you're supposed to be and serve in. That's like, that's so great. That's so great. And so like throughout this journey, this career path, what do you feel has been like kind of like the highs and lows that you face throughout it? So you go to college, you get your BS in
Mhm.
exercise science. Did you have any highs and lows during that process, or you feel like it more so heightened when you started your doctorate process?
I Yeah, I feel that it actually heightened more the high and low journey when I actually
Mhm.
got to grad school.
Yeah.
So my high is obviously graduating and completing. Now I have 2 degrees. And another high for me is I really realized the impact that physical therapy can have on individuals
Mm.
and like impact on their lives. I've had patients, they just had a baby and like they have crazy like low back pain and they have issues bathing their child or
Mm.
picking up their other kid, just daily functional things. So it's not always about athletics necessarily, because I think that's usually the first thing that people think of is like, oh, I'm going to help an athlete, or I'm supposed to work with a sports team. But you can also work with patients that just, they had a hip fracture or they had their hip done. And you're really getting them back to the point where they can be able to drive and be independent and things along those lines. So really seeing people um, progress in sometimes like a very short amount of time and them telling you, you have changed my life, and the fact that I can get back to doing the things that I want to do, it's a great feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. And that sounds like it's super fulfilling to
Mm-hmm.
kind of see, because it sounds like you're with them through the like the entire way. So you see them in the beginning when they come with this pain, and then
Yeah.
you're able to just like put your hands on them and just kind of fix them and
Mhm.
see like the end result. That must be fulfilling, right?
Yeah, and it's really cool too, because I mean we do the hands-on stuff, but at the end of the day it's still the patient doing it and that person doing it. So we're just providing you a lot of the tools for you to fix yourself essentially. Like I said, we do the hands-on stuff and that can help speed up the process, but at the end of the day somebody's doing the work for themselves, and it's so great that you can tell them like, you did this
Mm-hmm.
because you kept up with your home exercise program, you came in, you ask questions. If there's an issue, we have open communication where you feel that you can come and talk to me. And I think it's just such a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's just awesome. Like, so let's talk about the process. So you get your bachelor's. Did you take like a gap year in between?
Yeah.
Before you went to grad school, do you encourage people to take a gap year? Like, what was that like?
So I took 2 years off,
I
which is
love it.
yeah. And I'll tell you why I took 2 years off. So once I graduated from Kennesaw with my bachelor's degree, I needed to finish a couple more of the prerequisites that you have to take to
Mhm.
get into grad school. So I was just finishing up some of those, and I was like, okay, after I finish those, I'll apply in the fall when the application process opens. I was so nervous my first year. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna get in. I'm not gonna get in. So I was just like, we're just gonna take this year off, whatever. And then the next year rolls around because you're most of the time you're supposed to take GREs. So you're basically the SAT for people that don't know, the SAT to get into grad school. And I did not do well on those. And it's because I also did not really focus and study. That's my own fault. So I wasn't doing well on those. And I was like, oh, I need to get these GRE scores up and all of that. But that didn't happen. And I eventually looked at schools that didn't require GREs. And I was like, okay, we're just applying to schools. Like, it does not matter. Like, we're applying to schools this year just so you get the process started. And that's what happened during my second year off. And I got into school. So
yeah, and it's crazy because I was having this conversation with somebody about like standardized testing, right? Because we hear about the SATs, the GREs, the MCATs, the LSATs, and like there is this stigma, like you have to, like, these exams will determine your success in what, and it's not the case at all. Mind you, of course, every system has rules and regulations that they have to abide by, but at the end of the day, don't feel like that score determines your progress or what you're going to do in grad school or in med school or in law school, whatever you decide to do. And so to see, like, even though you were like, okay, I didn't do that well, you still applied and got in and got your doctorate. So
so there's other options. And like I said, those are some of the highs. And did you want me to talk about the low points too?
Whatever you want to talk about.
Okay. So some low points that I definitely experienced throughout grad school. So anxiety, which is real. I never really experienced anxiety before grad school. And it started after my first year when I started. It was at the beginning of my second year when we did our clinicals. And every day that I went in, it was a 3-month clinical for our first one. I didn't match up with the best instructor. So I think that was part of the problem too. And I realized it wasn't just nervousness because I've been nervous before, but I was like, this feels different. Like, this isn't going away. This is affecting my day-to-day, like my mentality. So pretty much like the last 2 years of school, like I realized that I had anxiety, and it's something I'm still dealing with like right now too. And it seems to be more associated with school, not really other aspects of my life. So it's something that I'm still trying to get a full handle on. And once again, like that even ties into, I think the buzzword that's been around for a few years is imposter syndrome.
It's real.
Yes, it's very real. So if people don't understand like what imposter syndrome is, it's kind of a little lack of self-worth and self-confidence in a way, even though you may know and you may be knowledgeable in whatever field or just your everyday life. It feels like you're kind of skating by because you're not supposed to be where you are, essentially, and you don't technically deserve that spot. So that's something I've dealt with, especially through my clinicals. And it's something I'm still dealing with now because I just graduated and now I have to go into this profession on my own. And I don't have that instructor to double check and ask questions like, hey, can I do this? So I'm making all the calls for myself and my patients, which it's a scary and it's a daunting thing, but I know with time it will get better.
Yeah, it will. And I think too, like oftentimes when we're like trying to be successful, we have to be realistic and know that these things can have an effect on our health.
Yes.
Oftentimes we tend to put our patients first, not understanding that we have to put ourselves first as well and really take care of ourselves. Self-care is huge. And oftentimes, you know, a lot of our teachers and mentors are like, take care of yourself, get 8 hours of sleep, make sure you exercise. And I'm just like, do y'all do that? The talk is good. Like, it's really good because that's just what they have to say. But like in real life, it's not like that.
No.
It's not like that at all. So we kind of have to be realistic about it. Like, okay, I just need to take a couple of days off and sleep.
Yes.
Or I just need to like just take this a couple hours out of my day to have some ice cream or
Yes.
like watch a movie or like just recharge and step away, because being realistic in the profession that you're in, sometimes you're just going, or studying. And you know you have to do it because you got to get this thing done. But really taking those just pieces out of your day to be like, okay, let me just go and meditate somewhere,
Yes.
or go for a walk or kayak. Or just do something fun that's gonna like make you happy and bring you joy.
Exactly. Yes, just do something else away from your stressor. And then another thing, I think the last thing that I want to bring up, so about the lows, like I said I would talk about this too. So I failed my exam. So currently, like, I'm not practicing, so I'm still in my journey right now. And that's just to be very transparent with everybody that's watching, that success is not always linear. There are little dips or stagnant areas or plateaus. So that's where I am right now. And I don't necessarily consider it a low, because I think since I've been out of school, I graduated in May. All I did was study for my July one. And I don't think I really gave myself like enough time just to relax and just be out of school mode for a little bit. So it's nice that I have some extra time to even think about the type of jobs that I want to take in the future. And I applied for a residency, and it was going to be so I could get an orthopedics certification within a year. And I was supposed to start that earlier this month, but they're luckily like they're accepting me to the class next year, which is nice. But overall, like I'm saying, this has given me more time to think about what I want to do for the future in my career. So I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing. It's just putting things on hold for a little bit.
Yeah, I think, and I'm going to tell you, you're phenomenal and you just keep going. Like, I know it's all going to work out, and it's working out. And I think too, it's important to have a positive perspective through it all. Like, one thing I know about you, Ashlie, is you're always positive. Anytime if I come to you, I'm like, oh my gosh, like in high school, I used to be like stressing out. You're like, it's gonna be fine. Like, it's gonna be fine. Shake it out. We're gonna
Everything's good.
Everything's good. It's how you see it. Are you gonna see it, the glass half empty or half full? Because you just continue to wallow in like, okay, I did terrible. Okay, that's fine, but what are we gonna do after this?
Exactly.
It's just giving you something to be like, you know what, I have time now to really step back and figure things out. And so like the fact that this has happened, it's all for your good, and it's gonna like, it's working out anyways.
Exactly. And just like you said, how you have to keep going. I think even people that like work at restaurants or have worked at restaurants, I think this is where I get it from, because I've been super busy, slammed with like 5-6 tables, whatever. And you have one bad table and they're just like asking you for all the stuff, or you just maybe giving them terrible service, whatever it is, they're just a bad table. But you still have to make sure that you don't crash, because you still have all those other tables that you have to take care of. So it's one of those things like, okay, something bad is happening, but you still have to keep pushing through.
I love that.
That's it.
I love that. So I guess, I mean, I was going to ask you, what are some tips you can give people to like achieve this, but like you're giving so many steps today. I'm even taking some in because I'm in grad school right now, and my God, you know, you see so many success stories, right? But like people really tell you like, come on in, let me tell you like the real tea, like the undercurrent things that like we probably will never get over. Like, I can't tell you that imposter syndrome is ever going to go away.
No.
Like, there's people who are in their 50s and their 60s, they still struggle with that. But it's like, how do you just work your way through it? You know, you can either wallow in it or just be like, you know what, I'm going to learn from this person who looks like they're doing better than me or they know more than me. Like, you know, understanding your self-worth, I think, is important. So through all those highs and lows, I guess, I'm sure stress and anxiety was accompanied with all that. Like, what are some things that you feel like you've done to really like deal with stress or cope with it or kind of like move through these like turbulent times sometimes?
So I think the biggest thing for me, especially the stuff that was involved with anxiety at first, since I was like, okay, I'm in grad school. I'm supposed to be like, just I'm supposed to know everything, blah, 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 all this stuff. And I think that's where a lot of the stress came from. I didn't feel like I knew everything that was being taught to us, which it's okay. You're not going to remember everything.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest things is me just talking to people in my class, other friends and family about it. But especially people in my class, because I realized that they were feeling the same thing as me. And I was like, okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Because I'll once again, I'll be honest, like there's some days in class after my first clinical, when we went back into the classroom, professors would ask a question, just teaching like normal, and then I wouldn't know the answer, and like people are just like shouting out things, and there's days like I just wanted to like cry in class, and I was like holding back tears because of like the anxiety that I had. And I just felt stupid in that moment. And then I realized like I have to get out of that headspace, because you can be your own worst enemy. And I definitely was at that point.
Yeah.
So like I said, talking to a lot of people in my class, or just having like a few core people that I could speak with. And then once again, just getting away from the stressor was the biggest thing. It's like, okay, we're in school all day. What else can we do?
Yeah.
So, and like, at least it was good for me because we had the beach by us, because I was in Florida. So that definitely helped some.
The beach is always nice.
Yeah, the pool was always open. We're like, let's go by the pool. Let's go do this. So that definitely helped with my stress overall. Like I said, biggest thing, just finding something else to do. Sometimes it's great just to keep yourself preoccupied, just so you don't have to think about whatever is bothering you.
Yeah. And I think like one thing that kind of stuck out to me is like this idea of like a community, you know, like oftentimes, and I'm sure you've seen it, like in grad school, you have people who are like trying to compete with you. Like they, not only with you, with everybody, like they just feel like they're the big honcho. They want to take the top spot. They like everybody's their competition. Whereas you find other people who are just like, no, let's operate as a team. Like we're all in the same boat together. Let's work through this. And I think it's important, like you find like-minded people in your program or wherever you decide to go, that they kind of have the same vision as like, okay, we're all in this together. High School Musical.
Yeah.
Hey, like, let's just all come together. Let's study together. Let's like just bounce ideas off of each other. Let's talk through things together and know like, we're not competing against each other. I'm my biggest competition. I'm just trying to graduate and get up out of here.
Exactly.
And, like, just do what I want to do and be happy.
Yeah. And no, like you said, like the community thing and just having the competitive people in class, I never understood that, because I'm not super competitive like that.
Yeah.
And the school that I went to, so this is just a little background. So I went to Gannon University. I went to the Florida campus, and then that one only opened maybe like 5 years ago. So my class was the second one to graduate from that location. Wow. But they have the undergrad and graduate campus up in Erie, Pennsylvania. So when I started school, my school wasn't accredited. So as a class, I'm like, we all need to work together.
Yes.
So it needed to be a community effort.
There was added pressure on y'all.
Exactly. So there was that aspect, and on top of it too, you're all going to graduate at the same time. So what's the point?
What's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point? Like, yeah, no, that's, I think community, like, especially in grad school, like, it's just big to have like people who you can just call up and be like, y'all, what is going on? Like, what is this professor doing? Like, did you get it? Because I didn't get it. So yeah, so having that kind of helps you really navigate through that. So what is your advice for people who want to go into physical therapy? Like, I guess, what does a day-to-day look like for someone who wants to go into that field? Because I mean, earlier in our discussion, you said like people automatically think like athletes, but can you kind of talk about like how broad that career path is?
Yes, there are just so many options within physical therapy. Do you want me to talk about like the steps to get into PT?
You can talk about the steps to get into PT, and then you can talk about like how broad it is, like going into what that looks like. Yeah.
So the steps to get into PT school, like I said, I have a bachelor's degree. So you have to have a bachelor's degree as a stepping stone to get into physical therapy or graduate school. So you can have any undergrad degree. Most people do exercise science like I did or kinesiology. But if you want to be a philosophy major, math major, business major, you can do whatever you want as long as you have the prerequisites for the university that you want to go to for grad school, like checked off. And I think and you have to check each university because they're a little bit different. But overall, like I said, you can have any degree, any bachelor's degree, and plus the prerequisites that the school requires that you're applying to. So that's about it. And you also have to have shadowing hours beforehand, depending on what school you go to. I think I've seen as low as 70 hours, but I'm not sure how much or how it is anymore. And then some places want you to have like 200 hours. So they usually suggest you starting that like at least 2 years before, just so you're not trying to slam yourself and like get all those hours in before your application. And so there are plenty of different settings. So you can work in the hospital, you can work in outpatient. Outpatient is you know how you go to like a shopping center and then it says like physical therapy somewhere. Those are usually the outpatient centers. You have inpatient, which is usually kind of in the hospital too. Acute is for people that are like more low level within the hospital system. Generally, you have like your nursing home. You can do home health is a thing too. So where physical therapists go to your house if you can't make it. So you can do that. You can work in the school system too. So if you're usually working in special needs classes or people with other disabilities within the school, but it can also be somebody who's not in those classes and they break their leg for whatever reason. You have to make sure that that student who just broke their leg is able to get around school. They're not falling behind because of mobility issues or whatever the real reason is. So those are some of the areas that you can work in. I think that, and then sports, obviously, those are the main settings. And then within those, you can do cardiology, neurology, orthopedics. Like there's so much.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do. And pretty much if you want to run your own business, you can do a cash-based business. So if you want to see certain types of clients, you can do that too. There's lots of options. Or you can even work in the prison system too.
Really? So they have like physical therapists that go into prisons.
Because if they get hurt or if they need therapy, they're still a person at the end of the day. So they still can get healthcare and they have the right to healthcare.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So like, do you have any long-term goals? Like, would you want to open your own like physical therapy center, or I don't know, start your own business? Like, what is the long-term goal? If you don't want to share, you don't have to.
No. It's fine. I've always said no to businesses because it's like that's a 24/7 job.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah.
It is. And I've never really been interested in it, but recently I've been thinking about it because once again, you still get to make your own schedule, and burnout is also a thing within physical therapy because they're cutting, there's physical therapy assistants, which is an associate's degree. So they're cutting some of those positions and they're basically putting more on physical therapists right now too. So before you may have had like one patient an hour, maybe two patients an hour, and they're ramping that up. So just productivity rates that companies want are kind of like out the window, and it takes a toll on you just being that busy. But yeah, so maybe I want to do a business. I don't really know. Probably not. So, but long term, I do. Well, it's not necessarily long term, but another option that you have is travel therapy. So I do want to get involved with that. So just like they have traveling nursing. So usually those positions, since they're not permanent, it's a space that needs to be filled. So they pay you more as an incentive to go to an area, usually for about 3 months at a time. So that's something that I'm interested in, because you know me, I bounce around
I
and
know,
I
I was
love going
about
to
to
different
say you
places.
and you know who. We're not gonna say her name. We call her
Yes.
Dorothy Explorer. Loves to travel, and I
Mhm.
live for it. So like, live it up,
Yes.
travel. I think I was talking to my mom about this. Like, I feel like our generation, we're just not tied down. You know, like
Yeah.
we're not feeling it. We're gonna get up and move, go somewhere else. Like create our own world. Like we're all down for that. Like if we're not feeling this job, there's probably something better out there, or we can
Yes.
like create our own thing. So like to hear like traveling nurse, that sounds like something you like would do great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my dad calls me Roadrunner all the time. He's like, "Where are you going next?" I'm like,
No, sometimes I'll be like, where are you? Like, I love it though.
yeah.
I love it. Like you just
No, even
you
for
work
like
so
my
hard.
rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But even for my rotations too, and that's another thing, if you get into school or things that you're looking at for school applying, some schools I would ask them how they do their rotations and where you're able to go, because some schools, like, they do give you the option where you're able to go out of state. Like for us, our first clinical out of the 4, we had to stay local, so we had to be in like around the Tampa area pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, they would let you go wherever. So I came back to Atlanta for my second one, and then my third one I was up in Pittsburgh, and then my fourth one I was in Columbus, Ohio. So
You just
that's an
all around.
option if you want to do that. Yeah, but just double check with your school too, because sometimes they have different ways of picking. I've heard before that sometimes it is by a grade system. So whoever who has like the highest grade in the class, if that's their top pick, then they get it first. So
Okay.
I would discuss that with potential schools first.
Okay, that's good to know, because you know
Yeah.
some people just don't want to travel; they just want to stay in one place. But like
Yeah.
the program offers that, so you can kind of get a feel of like different areas and maybe decide like, oh, this is where I want to stay, and like continue my physical therapy journey. So that's a nice option to have.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna be wrapping up soon, but I just wanted to know, what is something that you wish someone told you before like embarking on this journey or this physical therapy process?
Okay, so I did think about this. So this is one of the things I wish somebody told me at this point. Within the past year, everything that's happened with, especially like last summer, George Floyd, all of
Mm,
that stuff that has occurred. I would ask your potential school that you're going to about DEI, so diversity, equality, inclusion, and
that's
how they're actively working on that to make sure that it's a good place for you. It doesn't matter what you look like, but at the end of the day, if they're promoting that, it's going to be a better place and a better learning environment for you.
mm,
Um, because I will tell you, like, even one story, like even in my last rotation, I had a patient. So she was a Black woman, she's a nurse, so she's obviously in healthcare. She told me, I think probably like a couple of visits in, she felt comfortable opening up to me. And she said, "You're the first Black PT I've seen. I'm just a student at this point."
wow.
I mean, yeah. So the fact that she felt comfortable enough, and she was like, "I was really happy to see you when you did my eval," because she felt more comfortable
Yeah.
in being able to open up to me. And that's something that really touched me at that point. And also, so I did look up like data right now for race, ethnicity, and everything. For it was like a 2018 of like what physical therapists encompass. So me being a Black woman, it in 2018 it only said that there was about 3.6% of Black PTs in the workforce from the data that they gathered. So with that being said, if once again, if diversity, equality, inclusion is something that you feel is important to you, make sure that your school is promoting that and
Mhm.
something that you look into. And there are HBCUs that have that too. I'm not
Mhm.
saying that you have to necessarily go there, but once again, just kind of keep that in mind if that's something that is important to you.
Yeah. And I think it should
That,
be.
yeah.
I think it
Yeah.
should be, yeah, because you want to be in an environment that's safe, you know? Um,
Mhm.
and I think it's important to that when you're in an environment where you have people that kind of look like you know,
Mhm.
can kind of help, it can kind of help you progress through the program, but also knowing that your program like supports you, that helps you get through it.
Yes. Yeah, it absolutely does. And then at my school and then at my clinicals, I didn't necessarily have people that were people of color
Mhm.
from our faculty or even the rotations that I went to. But I can say I was lucky enough because my class, my cohort, probably about a third of us, or a third of us are people of color. So at least I can at least, or I was at least able to discuss topics with them, and it felt it felt like I had somebody to talk to. But it's nicer to have somebody who is in a higher up position
Yeah.
that you can see, and that wasn't really the case. And I wish that could have at least been sprinkled in a little, because like I said, even with my rotations, I didn't see people that looked like me.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
But we're just so proud of you to have somebody in there that looks like us.
Yes. Yes.
And so
Yeah,
I love
definitely
it.
representation is important.
Yeah, because I mean, I've had a lot of unpleasant encounters throughout my educational journey as it pertains to color, you know, and
Mhm.
so, which is sad, which is really sad. And like knowing that a lot of these institutions, there are just certain things that are hard grained and that maybe it might not ever go away, but it's good to do your research about the programs that you want to go into. Really, if you have the opportunity, visit them and really determine, is this the type of community that I can see myself in? Or, you know, if you go into these communities, feel like, you know, I can be an agent of change and really like let these people know in the higher ups, like, this needs to happen. Like, you guys need to put some money into this and really support, you know, the vision that we have for ourselves as people of color. So I think
Yeah,
that's an awesome, awesome point that you shared on. Yeah.
thank you. Oh, and then one more thing too that I think people should know. So there are these things called 3+3 universities or schools, which I did not know about until I started applying to school. So some of the PT schools, if you know that's what you want to do, like before you even start college, it's basically 3 years of undergrad, and it streamlines you. And so you're automatically accepted into the D.P.T program. So it's 3 years of undergrad, and then you go straight into graduate school with that within the same university. So some schools do offer that. So because ultimately I took 7 years because I did 4 years undergrad and 3 years of graduate school. So that can at least save you a year's worth of money. So look into that too.
Yeah, no, that's great. So it's kind of like a fast track. Like you just go straight through.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
awesome. Okay, so do you have to like you still have to take like the GRE and stuff to like get into their program?
I'm not 100% sure, but if you look up 3+3 schools for physical therapy, it will pop up. So yeah.
I love that. Now I just love like when schools make like fast paced programs, because in your mind you're already thinking like time. Like this is gonna be
Yes.
a lot of time. And I think sometimes when people hear school, they're like, oh gosh, but it's a sacrifice, you know? And you kind of have to like put it in your head, like
Yes.
it's gonna work out.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I just
Yeah.
time
And
in, yeah.
yes, and time is relative. And I think I've heard something from somewhere else. It's just like you're like, oh, well, it's gonna take 5 years to do this or whatever. I mean, in 5 years, it's still gonna be 5 years. So
Yeah.
like you can have another degree in 5 years, or you can just be doing whatever at the end of 5 years. So which one would you rather have? You know?
Well, Ashley, I'm just so proud of you. Like my cheeks hurt.
I'm
I mean, like I've known you
so
since
proud of you.
This is not about me. It's about you.
It is. You're so smart, intelligent, beautiful. Like you created this space where we're able to have these discussions and these topics. So I'm super proud of you because you're so smart. Like you need to tell your story. When are you getting interviewed?
Oh God. It's coming soon. I'm so nervous. Like I'm really nervous about that, but we'll get to that. But I'm just so proud of you. I've known you since high school, and
I know.
just like seeing you just to this is just, it makes my heart glad. Because I remember when we met in the diner in Decatur, and we had like a powwow session, and you're like, I'm doing this, and I was like, yes, do it. Like, so I'm just so proud of you to like see you like get through this, and like you're continuing, and like I'm just so proud of you. I'm so happy.
Thank you.
And
I'm so proud of you.
Yes, but thank you for agreeing to like chop it up and talk. And hopefully we'll be able to link up in person soon. But like, if anybody can reach out to you, where would you like them to like contact you?
Yes, I'll come to you. If they can contact me on Facebook, so they can send me a message through there, or if they want to, they can, you have my email. So if you send it to whoever, or should I send it out, or do you?
I can send it out. They can reach out to me or reach out to our page. Like if they want to inbox us, we can give them your information and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that works. And then that's the thing too, if you ask me questions and I don't know what the answer is, I'll try to find it, or at least direct you into the right person or right source of information, because I'm just trying to help people and make this process a little bit easier for them.
I think it's just important for like people to see, like, just have an image of like other people who are in the trenches, you know, and know that like if you create a network of people, you can do anything you want to do. And having that support of like, if they could do it, I can do it as well. And knowing that like you could even do it better than I can. You know what I'm saying? Like uplifting each other to like just get to where we need to get to, because this world is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And we just need hope and just that support to like just be able to like just keep going after our dreams. Don't let anybody stop you. And Ashlie, you have just like, you've done it and you're doing it.
Thanks.
And you're helping people like heal. Like it's all just good. You're kayaking, like, come on.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been kayaking in a while, but I mean, I used to love doing it when I was in Florida. It was so fun, but there's gators in the water everywhere, but it's fine.
And I can't swim, so I probably won't be doing that, but I support you. But again, thank you, Ashlie, for like joining us today. You guys, please share this video, send it out to people who you know want to go into physical therapy, or even if they don't want to do that, I'm sure they can get some gems from this that Ashlie shared. I appreciate you, Ashlie, so much. You guys remember that you can do it too. Our next episode will be next week. It's going to be an awesome talk. And I just look forward to seeing y'all. So thank you, Ashlie, again.
Of course. Thanks for
inviting me. All the best of luck. You're going to do great.
Same to you. Of course.
Yes.
I know. I'm going to come see you.
Yes. Let's do it.
All right.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.